So police say they are following leads in the murder of 6 people that were killed on Sunday night in Qumbu in the Eastern Cape. 4 other people were wounded in the shooting. Now, it's unclear what the motive of the murder is, but police suspect it could be over stock theft and disputes among villagers. National Police Commissioner Naledi Moleo says that some suspects have been identified.
We do have leads at this stage. After briefing, we definitely do have leads that there were people identified, and we are pursuing them now as we speak. We have got about 6 people that we are looking for. There are 3 are from local, well, the other 2 might not be very close by. We definitely do have leads in terms of who we are looking for this senseless kill. The possible motive, even though the real motive probably will come out at court, probably, the problem motive looks like is a localized village disputes. You know, this village have got a little bit of disputes with the other village. That is what we gather. The issues around stock theft, where the one village will accuse another, one municipality will accuse a village from another municipality about that they steal or rob their stock.
Well, meanwhile, Moleo says they have people of interest they suspect could possibly be linked to the mass murder in Lusikisiki. 18 people were gunned down 2 weeks ago in the village of Ngobozana.
As the minister explained yesterday, we have people, you can call them people of interest, on the murder of the 18 people. There's been 4 people that were arrested. 3 of them appeared in court today. One appeared at the Flagstaff Magistrates Court, and the 2, understand, one appeared at Lusikisiki, one appeared at St. John's, where the magistrate even ordered that the next appearance, the 3 must come together at a single court. So that is the latest development. And these people have been arrested for previous cases. Some of them had warrant of arrest for murders and robberies in the past. But of course, as I say, the investigation will indicate to us as we move on as to what is their linkage on the current murder of the 18 people. One would say, it's safe to say, they are people of interest on the case of the 18. We, as the police, we know probably how far they are involved, but at this stage, we don't want to get into those nitty-gritties. Hence, it's safe to say, and as it happens that they appeared on other cases and they are not charged on the murder of the 18 people.
So let's bring in the Eastern Cape CPF chairperson, Donavan Buys, to weigh in on this discussion. Donavan, a good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. There's so much to talk about with regard to what's going on in the Eastern Cape. Perhaps let's start off, though, with the shooting that saw 6 people in Tina Falls near Qumbu. Those that were killed on Sunday night, we believe they were CPF patrollers. I mean, your reaction, firstly, to hearing that news?
Countryman Adrian Manorino this week up against Murray.
Donavan, are you there?
Good mornings. Good mornings. I can hear you now.
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead. Yes. Talk to us about your reaction to hearing of the 6 CPF patrollers that were gunned down on Sunday night.
Good mornings to yourself and the listeners. From the point of view of ourselves as the Community Policing Board in the Eastern Cape, this is sad news for us to hear that about patrollers of us that has been gunned down, that were prepared they gathered together to do patrolling, and they were gunned down. Our hearts is going out to the family members and the CPF at large for losing our members, even those that are currently in the hospital also. We just pray and hope that they will be getting healed and helped. And but for the CPF in the Eastern Cape, it is sad news to lose members that is willing to give their life for the safety of our community.
Yeah, and that's the difficulty here. Donavan, we want to be able to see your face. Will you just rotate your phone for us so that we can have more of a visual conversation with you? But I want to talk a little bit about what you understand these CPF patrollers really to have been working on. There is, of course, the allegations that they had been dealing with the stock theft that was reported in the community, who you believe might be really behind these shootings, and is it linked to stock theft?
The understanding that we have, it is linked to stock theft, and we at this moment we can't for sure say who is actually really behind it. It's just that we know that our members were doing the usual patrol, and they were gathering, as I said earlier. So we don't know actually what who's behind the whole thing. But we believe and trust that the police that is busy with the investigation won't leave any stone unturned, and we believe that those culprits will be brought to book. So at this moment, we don't know who's behind it now.
Yeah, and there's of course the issue of the role that is played by community policing forum members in the areas that we live in. I mean, I think about Tina Falls and the importance of those 6 patrollers to deal with crime in that community. But in the area, also in the Eastern Cape, Lusikisiki, where just over a week ago we saw 18 family members gunned down, and a lot of the authorities have said the community needs to come out with the answers to assist authorities, really, right, with any information so that they can nab the perpetrators. But how easy is that, to do, to get the community to speak, even where you do have a CPF that is supposed to be, I suppose, the bridge between police and community? Is that a difficulty in the Eastern Cape and in some communities?
Yeah, actually, that is very, very for us to actually bring the community together and then try to have a relationship and working together, because our community doesn't trust. There are some elements in subs, but overall there are police officers that really working and doing their best, try to help and keep our community safe. So it's very difficult for us as our community to work with subs, and also concern that community members is not coming out. There was recently, as you all know, that this extortion line that is actually supposed to be better our relationship and reporting of crimes, but yet still the community at large have that concern that they can't trust police officers, because one way or the other they believe, or some of our people in the community would identify or even say even in meetings they will mention about police that they don't trust and even mention names. But to come to the fore, it's very, very difficult because they still trust the officers. So for CPF, we are working tirelessly with the police, having community indabas, having meetings, reaching out to our communities, and then asking them to report crimes. Even this extent, as you related earlier, is that with the 3 arrests, it's a show how if community can work with subs, and then our situation can change as community members also did their part in the Lusikisiki. So we just trust and we believe firmly that our community members just must come out, and then they must inform. I always say, if you don't trust the one, there's always someone that you can trust if you don't feel you can trust the police officer. So it's very difficult for us, but we are not giving up on working, building and strengthening the relationship between subs and the community, and then also believing that our community can be helped if they can come and do their part. So it's difficult, but nevertheless, we still continue on and trying to build that relationship.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about all the layers that are necessary here. You've got a community, for instance, like Lusikisiki that doesn't feel safe. In the community like Tina Falls, you've got the CPF that says, okay, we have crime in our area and we will be the buffer point between the community and police, and then they are gunned down. Are we at a point where we need to start talking about protection for CPF, and what would that even look like?
Yeah, that is difficult. We in our national structure, we are currently having this under scrutiny, where we're speaking about the safety of our community members in itself, our CPF members, sorry, in ourselves in itself, because why it's not only about the member in itself that we are worried about, because why sometimes this criminal elements would look at our family members also, and somehow it's not, as you know, last year 2 of our members actually was gunned down in Western Cape, and even this year there was one of our patrollers in the Western Cape that was being gunned down. So it's a concern for us, in the national structure is still working very hard with subs and civilian secretariat to look at how to keep our community, our CPF members more safer. But we always encourage community members be more cautious, be vigilant, don't go there where it's dangerous, because we're supposed to be the eyes and the ears of the community, of subs, and working hand in glove. And we believe the closer we work as CPF with the police, community side, with the police and building and that relationship, then our community in itself will be also protected. But it is dangerous for us as community. Remember, we're using weapons, guns actually, and assault rifles to gun us down. So the national structure is currently busy working on a document to keep our CPF members safe in the country.
Yeah, important work that the CPF is doing, and so really incredibly crucial that they be protected as well. But concerning when you've got 6 patrollers, CPF patrollers, that, mind you, let's remind our viewers here that people that volunteer, right, to keep our communities safe, are gunned down in Dina Falls, in Qumbu, near Qumbu in the Eastern Cape. We'll continue to give you coverage on that story, but police are urging anyone with information that could assist the investigation to contact their team leader on 082 301 7762. 082 301 7762. Donavan Buys is, of course, the chairperson of the Eastern Cape CPF. We take